You're watching News 24 Live. I'm joined in studio this morning by Adriaan Basson, the newly appointed editor-in-chief of Netwerk24's, who've also just celebrated their first-year anniversary. Adriaan, thanks very much for coming in this morning.
Thanks.
And joining us in our digital space.
Yeah.
A new space, relatively speaking, for you. How's it going?
Very well. It's exciting times. I mean, digital media is really exploding, and also on the Afrikaans side of things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this new challenge.
Okay, now just to clarify matters, Netwerk24's isn't necessarily the Afrikaans version of News 24.
No.
Just explain exactly what the platform represents.
Yeah, so we are like almost like cousins. You know, we share the same company. We're all part of the Media24 group. But Netwerk24, it was born out of the Afrikaans daily newspapers, specifically Beeld, who had up a website years ago. It was called e-Beeld in the early 90s, when everybody realized you have to also have an online presence. But then throughout the years, all the Afrikaans dailies, Beeld, Die Burger and Volksblad, started their own websites. Report also later had their own website, where they just published the content that was already in the newspaper. So it was just a digital space, really, where the printed content was published. About a year ago, we started Netwerk24. We realized that our audience, to maximize the potential of the site, we actually have to create one place for Afrikaans journalism, for Afrikaans content. We also started a paywall where people actually had to subscribe because we believe our readers are loyal and they are looking for Afrikaans premium content. So yes, we launched a year ago. It was content again from the newspapers, but we also started to produce much more original content for the website, for digital first publishing. We added lots of multimedia, interactive graphics, and we've now gone into a new step change where we are actually appointing an entire new reporting team onto the Netwerk platform.
Okay, so how exactly is that going to play out? Bureaus in all the major cities?
Yeah, so we're going to work very closely with the News24 Wire team, but we're also appointing a team of about 15 journalists in Johannesburg, Pretoria and Cape Town. We've already got presence in the Free State. These are journalists who can look at the world, break stories, people who have their own contacts, who will get the big scoops out there, who can deliver fast copy breaking news, but who will also have the ability to go deep, to find the truth beyond matters on things like politics, things like our criminal justice system, and then also sport and entertainment is very important for us. So it's a mixture of speed and depth. I think that's what we're trying to achieve in this round of growth at Netwerk.
Okay, so now you're formerly the editor of Beeld. Do you feel that you're well equipped enough to make this transition from print to digital?
Yes, there's still a lot of things I must learn. When I speak to the developers here in your office, sometimes their language goes over my head and I'm not entirely always sure what something like code freeze means. I'm going to try and use it in my social circles as well now. But I think you can learn a lot of these things. I started out as a crime reporter up in Joburg, and then investigative reporter on the Mail and Guardian and City Press later on, where I experimented with social media. And just as a journalist, the moment you start to experiment with social media and you realize that you can actually distribute your own work, you can create a brand for yourself, you can create content and deliver it to much more people than the people who buy the printed newspaper. That was a big boost for myself. And it's an exciting space to work in. It's so dynamic, to know that you can take video now with your phone quickly and send it from Parliament when there's a ruckus up here in Parliament, and you can immediately have it on the site, on mobile and desktop of course, and then still play around on social media and publish very quickly. I like that. The news is no longer something that happened yesterday, it's immediate. But I also do think that we have to interpret the news. There's just too much noise actually, and we have to tell people the stuff they have to know about and why it matters.
Okay. Adriaan, so in the past year, you're a year old. What are the numbers looking like? And you touched on it earlier. How do you plan to expand your audience with a paywall?
We've experimented with a paywall. You will know that there's always this ongoing debate about whether one can charge for online content or not. The New York Times have done it very successfully. Also the Financial Times. We believe that because we are Afrikaans, the Afrikaans readership public is very loyal to the language, the culture and the brands. The newspaper titles are very strong. It's known for very probing analytical journalism. So we do believe that we have a unique selling point from that point of view, and the numbers shows. So we are now sitting on about 1.5 million unique users per month, which puts us around number 3 or 4 in the country for news websites. We've also got a substantial number of paying subscribers who pay 99 Rand a month to have access to all the unique content as well as everything that's in the newspapers and all our multimedia. So we believe that we've got a good proposition out there that the market can take, and we've seen very positive results. There are definitely people who are still willing to pay for the news.
And in terms of syndicating content, I mean, up till now, Netwerk24 and News24 have been operating fairly independently.
We will definitely cooperate much more. Andrew Trench and his team is producing wonderful journalism. I'm very proud of what he's built already at News24. And yes, we will cooperate closely in all the main centers and share as much as possible, because we are the same group, but we also different languages. And I think News24 is a great platform to learn from. I think you guys are still quicker than us with some things, although you must watch out for us. We're there.
Okay, thanks, Adrian. All the best.
Thank you, Nick.